Welcome back to the Baby Podcast, Brewing a Better You, a chill space where I share lessons from my own journey and stories from others, navigating life, work, relationships, self worth, and everything in between, one episode at a time. Today's baby session is deep kasi we're talking about the quarter life crisis. That messy in between where you're not a beginner anymore, pero you still feel lost, tired, or behind. Take note, this is not just for those who are in their 20s kasi maski ako hanggang ngayon, na-feel ko pa rin siya recently. So, pati mga nasa 30s, naapektuhan din ito. So, if you've ever asked, is this really it or am I doing something wrong? This one's for you. So, go, grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's talk about it. When I was during my early 20s, nasa isip ko noon, buti pa yung mga nasa 30s, they already know what they want in life. Pero ngayon, nasa 30s na ako, scam pala yun. Hindi pala yun totoo. Or baka may magagaling lang yung nakikita ko magpanggap. Mga nakikita ko nasa 30s noon. So, I didn't know that back then, I'm already under quarter life crisis. So, what's quarter life crisis ba? So, according to Wikipedia, a quarter life crisis is an existential crisis involving anxiety and sorrow over the direction and quality of one's life. Many people in this stage of life experience periods of uncertainty, during which they question their goals, plans, and even relationships. Actually, na-feel ko ito maraming beses na. First time was right after ko pumasa ng boards pa lang when I was 22 years old. So, bakit? I was a working student, scholar sa school, back in college, and bawal ako bumagsak. So, or else mawala yung scholarship ko. Or else, di rin ako magtapos ng college kasi di talaga kaya financially. Kaya never akong nag-doubt na ito ba yung gusto kong course. Not until nung nakapasa na ako ng board exam. Bakit? Kasi doon na nag-slow down yung buhay, 'di ba? So yung mga kabatch ko, alam na nila na yung gusto nilang work. Saan nila gustong mag-apply, saan nila gustong anong field ng mechanical engineering yung gusto nila. While ako, only apply ako doon. Sige, pasa dito, pasa doon. Kasi next in line na ako breadwinner and kailangan ng may sasalo or kailangan tumulong sa pamilya. So, wala sa option ang magpahinga muna unlike yung iba may option. So, hindi ko afford. Kaya, napapaisip ako sa mga job descriptions and work locations na mga ina-applyan ko. To the point na pumasok na doon tuloy sa isip ko na, ito ba talaga yung gusto kong work? Ito lang ba, once I start mag-work na dito, sa field na to or sa career na ito, madali bang lumipat ng work or ng career? Kaso naisip ko naman nun, bababa na naman yung sahod ko, 'di ba? So another questioning sa buhay ko was when I was 26 years old. Kasi this was the time when I went full-time sa pagiging life planner or pagiging financial advisor. So I was considering then if itutuloy ko ba pagiging engineer ko kasi sayang license ko, sayang pinag-aralan ko, sayang binu bi, gi, ginugol kong oras sa pagiging engineer. So, sayang yung 5 years of working experience as well. And if itatapon ko lang siya. Then, pressure din ako kasi yung mga katrabaho ko sa planta, unti-unti na rin sila ng ibang bansa. Nakakahanap na sila ng mga gandang work and mas magandang pay. So, parang ako, try ko rin ba mga ibang bansa? Try ko rin ba yung ganong path? Or talon ako to full-time life planner. Kasi, in short ito pa yung nagugustuhan ko yung work, nagugustuhan ko yung pagiging financial advisor with all the thoughts of talking with different people. Pero there's still this hesitation na i-drop ko everything as engineering sa engineering career ko. Dagdag nyo pa na prior me going full-time, kaka-break ko lang with my first ex. Kaya syempre, nagulo din yung buhay. Nagulo lahat ng plano. So, part din yun na questioning ko sa buhay nun. Ito pa rin ba yung gusto kong mangyari after all that plans that I made before? Ayan. And then, last na na-experience ko, so ito yung third. third time na na-experience yung quarter life crisis was just recently when I was 31 years old. This was the time when I gave up the food businesses that we put up, my family and I put up, and rethinking na, ano ba talaga yung for me? Kasi the food businesses started as a passion project to help my parents. Parang ito yung retirement plan nila para merong pera. Pero dumating na sa point na kinukuha na rin ng food business ko yung profit from my insurance business. Kasi pinipilit na lang namin i-operate kahit hindi na siya profiting sa amin. So, yung money is na, hindi na umiikot. Yung kinikita ng business hindi na yun na hindi yung money nung business hindi na nagpapaikot sa business. So, ang daming nangyaring quarter life crises sa akin. Crises. And it was not just during my mid-20s, pero umabot din ng 30s ko. And I am not yet sure if mapagdadaanan ko ulit ito in the near future. So in short, quarter life crisis is more about a season of questioning. So ano nga ba yung mga naramdaman ko or questions ko nung nasa state ako ng quarter life crisis? So, ito ba talaga yung gusto ko? Mga naging tanong ko, ito ba talaga yung gusto kong gawin? Masaya ba ako sa ginagawa ko? Pero gusto ko ba talaga mag-shift? Willing ba akong itapon lahat ng ininvest ko to make the shift? What if ituloy ko na lang and then hintayin ko ma-promote ako? And so on and so forth. Ang dami pang pwedeng maisip doon. To make it worse, thank you talaga sa social media kasi pinapaalala pa nito yung nafe-feel mo. Kasi nakikita mo yung ibang tao na, uy, parang gets na niya yung career na gusto niya na-promote, 'di ba? Ang daming nagpo-post. Kumbaga, they're posting to inspire, not to brag, that statement. And it's nothing wrong naman with that. It's more on kapag ikaw yung nakabasa nun and you're in that state of quarter life crisis, parang, yeah, yeah, masaya ako, good for you guys, clap, 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 but paano ako? And that's how I felt. That's how really I felt. Na, okay, I'm proud of you guys. Congrats, nagagawa niyo na yung mga gusto niyo. Nakapag-travel ka and all, na-promote ka and all. May pamilya ka na, nahanap mo na yung love of your life, nahanap mo na yung may baby kayo or kung ano man yung mga naging achievements sa life niyo. Pero, paano naman ako? Kumbaga, yun yung thinking ko. Yun yung naging how I received it. And because I was in that state, I was in that situation. So, what are the signs that maybe you are in a quarter life crisis? Number one, for me, is when you feel burned out, pero di mo alam bakit. Normal naman lahat. Pumapasok ka ng matiwasay sa trabaho, you still pay the bills, you're earning money, you can save money, pero may something na kulang. Di mo pa rin alam ano yun. Next is, madalas mo naiisip na, ito ba yung gusto ko talagang buhay? Number three is, dinadoubt mo yung work mo. Ito ba talaga yung dream job ko? Gusto ko na ba itong work na 'to hanggang pagtanda? Kasi nga, the more I invest on this job, lalo na years, it can't be returned, makakamasayang lang siya. Or do I see myself doing this for the rest of my working life? 'Di ba? Yung mga tao nagsasabi sa sarili nila na magre-resign na ako, tama yung lahat na magre-resign na ako, pero inabot ng 5 years, nagkaroon pa ng loyalty award, 'di ba? So, you're there, but maybe there's something that you don't like yet or you can't afford yet to lose or to sacrifice. Number four is, am I happy with the connections and relationships that I have? Much more, happy ka ba doon sa purpose mo sa life? Yung nakakonceive mong purpose mo sa life mo. Number five, sa dami ng options, dami ng pwedeng career path, na-overwhelm ka, ano ba yung gusto mong tahakin? So, anong nangyari? Hindi mo na alam anong gagawin mo. Naka-pause ka na lang. And last, for me is, feeling mo na pag-iiwanan ka na kahit na ginagawa mo naman yung best mo. And it's really draining and it's really dragging to the point na mapapaisip ka pa na, ay, ito dumating rin sa point na nagkaroon ka ng award, nagkaroon ka ng achievement, pero hindi mo siya totally ma-embrace yung achievement na yun kasi feeling mo nga lost ka, eh. Why do I parang dumating ka rin sa point na, "Why do I deserve this award or why do I deserve kung ano man 'yan?" So, actually this season of quarter life crisis is so heavy. Bakit? Kasi para sa'kin, I was really lost. Dumating sa point na yes person ako kasi di kong alam ano yung gusto ko talaga, eh. Kaya I say yes to everything to know ano ba yun para sa akin. Pero nakakapagod kasi you don't know how to put boundaries kasi di mo nga alam ano yung gusto mo. Next is too much pressure, lalo na sa paligid kasi yung iba sa mata, yung iba sa mata ko, they already love what they're doing. Pero when 'pag nagkakuwentuhan makakakuwentuhan mo yung mga kaibigan mo, parang, "Uy, gets nila, uy, na-promote ako, ganito, ganyan, ganyan." Mukhang okey sila, pero parang, paano naman ako, 'di ba? Nakaka-pressure din yun sa part na yun na buti pa sila nakakuha na nila. So, may something ba sa mga naging decisions ko. Next is dagdag mo rin yung financial pressure kasi I was pressured na dahil sa kinikita ko, if okey na ba yung sahod? Do I deserve better? Do I deserve more? But if I jump to another work or another job, yung income mo, yung salary mo is most likely bababa siya. And, pero take note, no, before ako tumalon sa pagiging life planner, pagiging full-time financial advisor, I have other side hustles na rin on the side. Kaya even if umalis ako after 3 years being a part-time financial advisor, nahirapan pa rin akong, 'di ba yun nga, 3 years ako inabot before ako mag-fully embrace na, "Sige, kaya 'tong business na 'to." Kasi ang hirap nga, I can't afford, 'di ba? I can't afford as a breadwinner to risk kahit katiting na income kasi there's this provision that you have to continuously put, 'di ba? So, another aspect of this of quarter life is quarter life crisis spectrum na, okay, dagdag na breadwinner ka pa, ang dami pang dagdag na responsibilities. Di ka puwede agad-agad na mag-take ng risks. And lastly is, you constantly compare yourself with other people. Kaya ka nahihirapan gumalaw lalo. Thank you ulit sa social media kasi unconsciously, nako-compare mo rin sarili mo sa ibang tao. Much more na hindi mo tuloy ma-decide for yourself ano ba yung gusto mo talaga. Yan, taas kasi, dumating na rin ba sa point niyo na ang taas ng expectations niyo sa sarili ninyo? Ay, ito pa dagdag ko rin yung masyadong mataas expectations mo sa sarili mo for a 1 year worth of achievements, pero ang bagal naman na naisip mo for a 10 years, 'di ba? So, yung 1 year tuloy na yun, dahil ilang beses ka nang nawalan ng gana dahil hindi mo na-achieve yung 1 year goal mo, hindi ka nagagalaw, hindi ka na magpaplano na dumating na lang sa point na, "Oh, bahala na, bahala na si Batman na naman." So, during this season, ano yung mga puwede mong gawin? So, here are the things that I did and hopefully this would also help you. Number one is first is to accept. Accept that you're in this season na magiging magulo talaga yung season na 'to, and that's totally normal. Number two is to slow down. Magulo na nga, 'di ba? Parang ano 'yan, parang sa eroplano 'yan, eh. The more na nilabanan mo yung turbulence, mas lalong shaky yung magiging biyahe or yung airplane. So, slow down, 'wag mo labanan, 'wag mo lalo sasabayan, and 'wag na 'wag mong iba-brush off yung nafi-feel mo. The more you fight it, the more na magtatagal ka sa season na 'to kasi ayaw mo tanggapin ang magulo yung utak mo ngayon. So, you have to talk with yourself, reflect, saan ba ako hindi masaya? Sa sahod, sa career growth, sa purpose in life, and put it into a journal. Write it down. Or kung hindi ka na masyadong masulat, edi jot mo sa phone mo, sa notes mo. Kasi ngayon, pag binabalikan ko yung mga sinulat ko way before, nakakatuwa kasi nakikita ko yung evolution ko din. Evolution ng mga gusto ko and yung mga naging struggles ko. So, nakakatuwa. Number three, third thing that you have to do is to find what makes you feel alive. Kasi kaya ka naguguluhan kasi di mo alam kung saan ka kakapit na vision mo for yourself. What makes you really happy now? What makes yung what makes you really happy before has a big possibility na different na siya today. So, check mo sa sarili mo, ano na ba ulit magpapasaya sa akin? So, dito, but bakit ka nga ba willing to work every single day today? You have to define again what's success para sa'yo. Number four is to ask for help, ask for mentors, coaches, few people that you entrust your life with, yung napag-ano mo ng iyong secrets and all. Kasi minsan, well, actually, madalas, you just need people to talk with para ma-realize mo na, uy, ito nga pala yung gusto ko ulit. Para lang ano mo yun, ma-ignite ulit yung gusto mo sa buhay. Kasi minsan, sobrang bilis ng pace ng buhay, di mo tuloy nakakalimutan mo na makipag-usap ng heart to heart sa mga tao. So, and madalas hindi mo na rin nare-release yung mga kinikimkim mo sa buhay. And just saying it to someone, ikaw mismo marirealize mo, ano ba talaga gusto mo for yourself? And lastly, number five is to try different new things. Or pwede rin naman yung mga bagay na nagawa mo na before na, for example, ako, sino ba yung hindi marunong maggitara dito? So, nung high school, parang di ka marunong maggitara, di ka in. Parang ganun na dating. Kaya nung nagustuhan ko yung paggigitara, sige, game. But when it comes to college, dahil sobrang busy, nung nag-work na, hindi na rin masyado nakapag-gitara and all, balikan mo. Ano yung mga naging hobbies mo? So, what worked for me is I have different things that I open to do. I did photography, videography, nag-buy and sell ako ng kung ano-ano. I tried to see the other aspects of life slowly nang wala akong gini-give up. Kasi nga, I can't give up my work. Hindi ko siya afford. So I did different things while still working on finding my identity. So to wrap it up, quarter life crisis for me is a season of questioning and comparing yourself with others. This is more a brewing stage mo. It's not you being a failure kasi yung mga decisions mo before led you where you are right now. Na may mga paghinayang kang naiisip. So it's not you having those considering that your decisions were a mistake. No, it's not like that. It's totally normal na pagdaanan ito ng isang tao. It's not a matter of how do I avoid quarter life crisis, but it's more on when will this happen to me? Kasi it will happen for sure. It's actually helping you to be more aware of who you are right now and who you really want to be in the future. Parang nire-remind ka lang na you have to take it slow, that don't have to be hard on yourself. It's like a forced pause para i-check mo yung sarili mo to know more about yourself outside the expectations of other people. It's like a redirection for you para alam mo ano yung mga next steps mo in life for you to grow better. And remember, just like this podcast means, you don't have to have it all figured it out because life is like that. You just have to be kind to yourself while figuring things out and don't ever quit on yourself. Just show up. And that's our episode for today. If you love this episode, please share it in your Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok stories and tag me at Your Life Engineer. DM me your biggest takeaway and what episode to do next. Again, this podcast is your chill space and your time to refill your cup because nothing pours from an empty cup. See you next episode.